You know, decluttering can be quite overwhelming, and it is hard to take that first step. But I think they should just kind of think of the end goal. Think of it of something that they're going to do just once, and something that they're going to do once, but be able to enjoy for the rest of their lives.
Welcome to this week's edition of Indigo Living on the Couch series in association with Luta Perfumes. This week, I'm thrilled to invite a very special guest, Salam. She is UAE's expert when it comes to decluttering. She is the CEO of Tidy Mess. Welcome on our set.
Thank you for having me.
What is the secret of living in a space that is clutter-free?
I would say when it comes to living in a space that is clutter-free, you just need to accept that you're not going to let your things take over you, and you're going to take over your space. You're going to be in charge of your space, and you're going to decide what you're going to do with this space. We do live, if you compare our own houses to the rest of the world, it's just a tiny little spot that we own or have, or that we can call our own. So it's great to be able to just take that step and accept that you are going to take over this space, and you're going to allow yourself to live clutter-free or live most comfortably in it.
So we asked our viewers, we told them you were coming today, and we were inundated with questions. So we're going to go through a typical house and what each room would be like, and if you could share a tip. So let's start with the kitchen. How do you make that look picture perfect?
You would be surprised how much stuff you could instantly clear out by just, going in there and checking like if things have expired, so you can kind of toss them out. And once you've done that, you can do things like, buying unified jars that, they do make things look pretty. It depends on how much you would like to commit to that,
That's a good tip. I love the idea of expiry dates, because I think probably it's something that's very much overlooked. Now let's move into the kids' room.
For the playroom, I think using transparent boxes is very helpful, so that your child can kind of see what's inside of them before playing, so they know what they're going to grab. And just, I think the most important thing for children is for them to have everything easily accessible, whether it's their clothes or their toys or their books.
Okay, so that's a really good tip. Now let's move on to the bedroom. How do you keep your room super clean and serene and tranquil?
Your bedroom should be your space where you can kind of just shut the door and disconnect from the world. It should be that space where you feel, most comfortable and most happy to rest. So definitely keeping it, no matter how small your bedroom is, you can just add a large closet, declutter the things that you don't need, and make sure that everything has a place, and put those things away, and you will have that, that sense of, calmness.
And when it comes to closets, there's never enough space for a good wardrobe. How do you fit everything in your closet?
I would always do, when it comes to tidying up, it is something you do once, but that's just for like the main tidy, the main declutter. And then after that, I would just kind of maintain. The great thing about decluttering is you do learn what you like and what you don't like, because you kind of get rid of a lot of things. So the great thing is you actually don't make as many mistakes when you buy things.
I love these tips. These are amazing. So I guess that you've always been very organized, because I think it's like a very innate skill set that you either grow up with, or you kind of just know that you want to put things away, you want to see things in a very clean environment.
It's definitely something I did grow up with. It does run in our family, but it is also something that I thought everyone had. The first time I realized that I am quite a tidy person was when I moved out of my parents' house. At home you always rely on someone else to help you out, especially as a child. And I remember when I went to college, the first thing I did was set up my dorm room, and then I thought all the kids were just going to do the same thing. And then I had people from my same floor come in and check out the room, kids from the same floor, and then kids from like the building, they'd be like, oh, you have to go into Salam's room and check out how tidy it is. And that's when I really realized that this is something that not everyone is born with, or not everyone grew up in this way. And I felt like, okay, this is something I can use. And I kept utilizing it throughout my life.
And what was that tipping point where you kind of knew that you had a business? Because if you were doing this in your dorm room, I think you could have probably made a lot of money with a lot of students.
I remember I was always looking for my passion. I was always looking for what I wanted to do, and I felt like the link between them was organizing. And when I saw Marie Kondo on Ellen DeGeneres, I was like, oh my goodness, this woman is so inspiring to me. This is something that I just love to do, and I realized that this is something that you can turn into a business. It did take me a bit of time because I had just had my second child and my hands were quite full, but it was definitely something lingering in the back of my mind.
What was the kind of key to setting it up? Like, how was getting your first customer? How did that all start? Or was it just setting up an Instagram account and then taking it from there?
For setting it up, it took me a year to set it up, to be ready. And I remember I told the people that were really close to me that this is something I was considering. And I was actually getting a little bit of pressure, like, you need to start this, why didn't you start your account? And I really wanted to do it when I felt most ready. And I felt most ready when I took some courses, just to kind of give myself that kind of confidence. And I took a couple of courses and I did the training with Marie Kondo, and that's when I really felt that
that's
I
amazing.
was ready to, put myself out there. And it was kind of like a year of just learning it all and brainstorming and getting ready to put myself out there in front of everyone.
And if someone can't hire you, how do they take your skill set? So if they see, whether it's a label maker or something that you're talking about, a device that you're talking about, or storage units, how do they take that transaction if they can't hire you physically?
A lot of people look at my videos and they can see the products I use. I'm very honest about products I use. And I also do hold workshops. I try to hold workshops in whatever country I am. So that's also another opportunity for people to come and kind of learn, hands-on. And I try to, sell as many products as possible on my website that I feel really connected to. So there are many different ways I feel people can connect with me if they're not able to hire me physically.
How important has social media been for you?
Social media has been great. It's a great tool to, I see it as a portfolio. So I see my account as a portfolio, and it's a great place for me to show what I do. And it's amazing how many people I can help without, just by posting a small video. And it's been great connecting with people. Sometimes, when I receive a message about how much I've helped a person, I just simply can't believe it. I just feel really blessed that I have this tool to be able to, share it with as many people as possible.
Thank you so much for being on our show, but I'm not going to let you go without answering, what is it to live beautifully?
For me, to live beautifully is to live like I used to always seek like a great vacation or a great hotel I want to stay at. And I was always kind of seeking that until I realized that this is something that I want to create for myself that I could enjoy every single day. So it's okay to want that beautiful space. It's okay to want that super comfortable bed or those really fresh white linens. You know what? It's okay. You owe it to yourself if this is what makes you happy. And that's kind of what I did for myself. And that's, for me, happy and beautiful living.
Indigo Living and Luta Perfumes is all about inspiring minds. And I wanted to ask you, what is the one tip you can share to inspire others to make that first step of decluttering and really enjoying their space?
Decluttering can be quite overwhelming, and it is hard to take that first step. But I think they should just kind of think of the end goal, think of it of something that they're going to do just once, and something that they're going to do once, but be able to enjoy for the rest of their lives.
So just take that first step, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So Luta Perfumes wants to spoil you as Indigo Living. So we have a few little perfumes for you just on that tray. So I hope you like them.
Oh,
a little something for your home.
Thank you so much. Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing your informative tips. I think all our viewers, including myself, learned so much today. Thank you to our viewers for watching us every week on Indigo Living UAE. We love hearing from you. Make sure you like and comment below. And make sure you check out our next episode, which kicks off Thursday. See you next week.